Python is general purpose, dynamic, high level, object-oriented programming language. Okay, and Python is open source, basically. Open source. And one more point, Python is easy programming when we compare to Java, JavaScript, C, C++, C#, and so on. Yes, and now Python is language independent. One more point, Python is operating system independent. And Python is dynamic typed programming language. One more point, Python is interpreted programming. And how to install Python in our laptop? How to install Python? How to install Python in our laptop? There are multiple ways. There are multiple operating systems. For multiple operating systems, you can able to install Python. So first of all, what we need to do is we need to go with the python.org. There is a website called python.org. So you have to connect with the python.org here. Just go to python.org and go to the option called downloads and check your operating system. Either it is Windows or Mac operating system or Linux operating system, and click on the button download for Windows. For example, this is Windows. You can go for Windows. I'm using Mac machine. It is showing only for Mac. If you are using a Windows machine, you can try to install for Windows related Python. After downloaded the software, click next. Then automatically Python is going to be installed in your machine properly. Once you install Python, how to write Python programming code? So then an immediate one is editors for Python. After download Python software, we need to install it by clicking next. Then after that, make ready editor. Okay, so there are multiple editors where you can write your Python code. The one is the Notepad. You can write Python code with the Notepad. You can write a Python code with the Notepad++, and you can write Python code with Sublime Text, and Atom, brackets, and you can go for IDLE. IDLE means integrated integrated development environment. So this is ideally. Ideally is going to be by default available after installation of your Python. When you install Python, ideally is automatically available for you. And there you can write Python code with two ways. I will show. One is command line. With ideally, you can write Python code with two procedures. One is command line, and one is a batch mode. In batch mode, what we need to do is we need to save file with .py extension. So I will show all the things, don't worry. And one more point I am going to be writing here. Sorry, once again. Yeah, so all Python files are saved with. All Python files are saved with. Python files are saved with .py extension. .py extension. One more point. And coming to the editors, in IDLE there are two procedures. One is the command line, one is the batch mode. You can write a command line process and you can write a batch mode process Python code. And one more good editor which is going to be having Visual Studio Code. Visual Studio Code where you can write Python. Okay, so that's all. So these are the multiple editors, more than enough. And you can go with one more very good editor called Anaconda Navigator. Anaconda Navigator. In Anaconda Navigator, you'll be having two editors. One is called Jupyter, and one is called Spider. And you can go with the PyCharm here. PyCharm. And separately also you can install PyCharm. PyCharm is basically a famous IDE for Python. You can go for PyCharm. PyCharm, there is PyCharm. PyCharm is official IDE for Python code. PyCharm is official IDE for Python code. Yes. Okay, so let us see some of the editors how Python got installed. I already installed Python in my machine. So if you want to check the Python version, just go to the command line and check the version of the Python. So let me go to the command line. So my command line is basically terminal. In Mac operating system, command line is terminal. For Windows machine, command line is command line, CMD. And there you can check your version for Python 3. So I got installed Python 3 properly. Python 3. When you search for Python 3, I got Python 3.10.0. I already got installed. So what I need to do is I can able to write Python code immediately. From command line, you can directly write Python code. Something like 2 + 3, something like print hello. I can able to write Python code immediately there. So can you see automatically output is going to be coming. So name is equal to something like Python. And I want to show the name. Yes. Through command line also you can practice Python. That is the best way. And I told you there is a procedure called IDLE. There is a integrated development environment called IDLE. Just open IDLE like this. Once we open IDLE is going to be having two modes, right? One is the terminal mode or command line mode. One is the bash mode. First command line, we will check how Python is going to be work. So let me write a print statement. Print inside print, I can write a single quote, double quote, triple quote. Hello. Okay, so that's it. And print. And now I'm writing single quotes. Good morning. Good morning. I'm writing good morning. Then that's it. Print. Now I'm writing triple quotes. Welcome to Python world. Welcome to Python world. I'm just writing that. See, you can write single quotes, you can write double quotes, and you can write triple quotes. Three things are working for this. And in Python, you can able to create your variables like, so directly you can do the operations, say 2 plus 3, 5. 123 into 435, you can say that. By 45, you can say that. 123 percentile 4, you can say that. And 112 to the power of 2, you can say that. 3 to the power of 4, you can say that. Any kind of operation, arithmetic operations, you can able to perform using with Python code. And then I can able to create a variables also. Suppose name is equal to Python. There is no data type need to be declared like int, char, float in Python. Directly you can specify your variable name and you can give the value for the variable. Name is equal to Python and say the name. Automatically you can able to see the output called Python. So very, very simple Python is. And this is the one procedure of practicing Python code. There is another process. In ideally only there is another process called a batch mode. Create a new file over there. Create a new file, and first of all, you have to save the file. How to save? Save as. And a desktop, I'm going to be preparing a folder like s_py class. Okay. Inside this folder, I'm going to be preparing another folder called first day 125. This is 25, right? 25 by 1. And inside this, I'm just writing the hello.py. .py is mandatory. Whenever I came to the batch mode, .py is mandatory. In terminal or in command line, no need to save the file, basically directly step-by-step execution. But when I come to the batch mode, we need to save the file with .py extension just to save it. .py extension just to save it. Now you can able to write the Python code. Let me write the Python now. So print hello Python. I'm writing something like this, and the name is equal to Srinivas. Trying to writing something, and the location is equal to Hyderabad. Okay, so I just want to print the name. Print of the name. I can specify the print. And one more is print of the location. I want to specify the location of the print. See, I can able to run this. First of all, before run, need to save it. Go to run option, click on run module, or click F5. Go to run module, click F5. So when you do click F5, I got my program executed. Hello Python, Srinivas, everything is good, perfect. Yes. So through ideally we can able to do 2S. One is command line process and one is the bash mode. We done both now. Next editor is, we go with the next editor. Let me close the ideally completely. I don't have ideally, I don't have any command line. I can able to write Python code with Sublime Text also. This is my Sublime Text editor. So here I'm saving the file, and this is hello1.py. hello1.py. And here also I can able to write my Python code. Just hello Python. Every editor, I'm just touching every editor for you. Later you can able to easily understand what we are going to be doing, all those things. Print 30,000 something like, and any operation you can do perform into 3, and finally save the file. And finally need to go to tools and build. Go to tools and build hello Python and 579 and 12167. Some operations done performed. And this is in Sublime Text. The first editor is ideally we already done. And from command line also directly you can do practice Python. but better you follow one editor. Ideally is the best editor where you can do practice, or you can go for Sublime Text. This is Sublime Text, and you can go for Notepad, but I don't have Notepad in my Mac machine. And there is the one more editor, right? That is so you can do practice with Notepad and Notepad++. I don't have that. And now we're done with Sublime Text, and you can do practice with Atom. You can do practice with ideally all those things. And just I will go with the Visual Studio Code, and I will write a Python code. Yeah, I have the Visual Studio Code. Remaining editors I don't have. Okay, create a new file and save it as the same thing, and 25 by 1, and this one is hello 2 or 2.py. Hello 2.py. I'm just saving that hello 2.py, and that is going to be having again print hello Python. Print hello Python. I'm just writing something like print hello Python. Finally, what you need to do is just to click on run button, play button. When you do click on play button, it is going to be having output hello Python. Before that, we need to install one plugin called Python, and you can go for the extensions like fifth button from left side. There you can go for Python extension, search for Python here. Search for Python here. So this is the Python official one. I already installed it. If you don't have, you have to go and install it. This is a very, very good editor. This is from Microsoft. Yeah. And now there is one more editor called Anaconda Navigator. Anaconda Navigator. You can go for Anaconda Navigator. There you can do practice with Python. So let me save this file also into our folder. Maybe the last file was not saved there. One is the hello 1.py. Okay, good. Next, I will go with Anaconda Navigator. One more editor called Anaconda Navigator. If you want to, you can install. Otherwise, you can do practice with Visual Studio Code, or you can do practice with IDLE. No issues. Anaconda Navigator is big environment. There you will be having a lot of editors like Jupyter, like Spider, like Visual Studio Code, like PyCharm. Yeah, I'm just starting with the Jupyter Notebook. Jupyter Notebook is the best one, where people are actually working with data science, machine learning, artificial intelligence, all these things. I'm choosing the path for desktop. On top of desktop, so for your folder, I'm going to be preparing the file. In this folder, I want to choose the folder, open the folder, and create the new file, Python 3 file, and just name the file, save as, and save as the file name, whatever you want, you can just do that. And this one is file 3.py, file 3.py. Just make it save. Now you can able to write something. Let me write something like Python print hello Python, and shift enter. After writing some code, what you need to do is you click on run button, or you click on shift enter, shift plus enter, and you can see the Python code directly. 2 plus 3 and 2 plus something like hash. You get error, invalid syntax. Hash is a symbol, right? You can't able to go with the hash value. And I can write something like first name is equal to Srinivas. You can write multiple lines also. Last name is equal to something like and I can able to add both. Full name is equal to first name plus last name, and finally I want to print the full name. Print of full name. Just like English, Python is just like English. If you know English properly, you can easily learn Python. It is not a big deal. It's not a rocket science. Yes. So I got a problem. Where is the problem? First name plus. I need to go with the full name with the full underscore name. Problem is variable. The problem is variable. So I got output Srinivas plus Srinivas Gorental. I got output Srinivas plus, and I can give a space. Shift enter. You got a space also. Yes. This is a simple way of writing Python code. There we can do practice all this Python codes and all.